Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2021 DC animated film Batman The Long Halloween Part 1. The film is directed by Chris Palmer and it has the voice cast consisting of Jensen Ackles as Batman, Josh Duhamel as Harvey Dent, Naya Rivera as Catwoman, Troy Baker as Joker, Billy Burke as Commissioner Gordon, Alistair Duncan as Alfred. Anybody else that you might recognise? I don't think so, but we've got other characters obviously within the film as well. Now this is the animated film based on a much loved Batman story. Now I've not read the graphic novel or anything like that. I am aware to some degree of the story of The Long Halloween, and I know it's held in high regard. Now the DC animated films, I have reviewed a number of them on the channel. Some of them I've really enjoyed. Some of them have been a bit hit and miss. But I always enjoy watching them because I do generally think that these DC animated films do deliver. I like both the Batman and the Superman ones. And what do we get with The Long Halloween then? Well, what we get in this one is it's almost like a murder mystery, I suppose, to some degree. There is a murder that takes place during the holidays, and by that I mean there's a murder that takes place on Halloween, there is a murder that takes place on Thanksgiving, and then there's a murder that takes place at Christmas time. So the killer is called Holiday, I think it is, Holiday Killer, and it is up to Batman to try and investigate and find out what's going on with the help of Commissioner Gordon and Harvey Dent. Now, Harvey Dent at this point isn't Two-Face, and he's on a one-man mission to basically try and bring down Carmine Falcone, the crime boss. So he's like, you know, on this spree trying to put all these criminals behind bars, which obviously makes him a target. So there's elements of this story that reminded me of The Dark Knight, the movie The Dark Knight, the Christopher Nolan film. So it kind of resonated with me in a lot of ways. Now there were other characters turned up in this story that I thought were less welcome, certainly from my perspective. Catwoman, again, I don't know how involved she was in maybe the graphic novel, but again, I thought it was just fan service and much of her character here in this. And unfortunately as well, I didn't really buy the Joker bit. Troy Baker is a brilliant voice actor, but it just felt like he was copying the Mark Hamill performance. I think, did Troy Baker do one of the voices in the Arkham games? I can't remember. But I think he did one of them, and again that was like a copy of Mark Hamill's Joker performance in the Arkham games. So there were bits of it felt like it was being stretched out unnecessarily, but when it actually came to the crunch of the story here, these three murders that are taking place and the investigations into them, I was really enjoying that. And this Harvey Dent involvement in the story, I thought I really enjoyed him. You know, we got really to know Harvey Dent, his personal life, you know, Commissioner Gordon as well. We got to learn a lot about Commissioner Gordon and his family life. So it all, I think the three characters of Commissioner Gordon, Harvey Dent and Batman, I thought all worked really well in this story, and I really liked the gritty realism of these murders and investigations. I mean, sometimes these Batman stories can feel really unbelievable. You know, some of the things that go on in them and some of the characters that they're battling, they just don't feel realistic in any way, either the films or some of the animated films. This felt grounded in a lot of ways. Batman was badass but vulnerable. There was quite a few scenes in this film where he's performing, you know, he's fighting the bad guys and things like that, and he's vulnerable. He's getting hurt. There's a scene where he's chasing Catwoman across the rooftops, and he's kind of fatigued and getting out of breath. It showed his vulnerability. And I thought Jensen Ackles, who many have been clamouring for a while for him to, either be Batman or voice Batman, I thought it was brilliant that he finally got the opportunity to do it, and I thought he did a fine job. I'm a huge fan of Supernatural, and I think Jensen Ackles is a really good actor, actually. I don't think he gets enough credit. And his voice performance here, I think, is really good because you don't hear it, you don't listen to it and think, it's Jensen Ackles. He actually, he's put some real effort into this voice performance, and I thought it went across really, really well. So, I think fans of the DC animated films, I think you're going to enjoy this one. I think it's probably the strongest one I've seen for quite a while. I'm looking forward to part 2. I enjoyed the gritty realism of it, but I do think there were sections of the film that were stretched out unnecessarily. But yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was well made, and I certainly enjoyed my time watching it. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you on the next review.